Anyway, what was it, a good sign or a bad sign that they had our boy Austin Theory do a live in-ring promo earlier in the day in an empty building?
You would have to think that they thought it would be special and maybe this would help him get more out of himself. I mean, he didn't really show himself too well in the Cena thing, but I don't know if that was his role or not. But I would have to think, because whenever they've done this in the past, it's kind of always been something with impact. I would think that was the intention, but I don't know.
When have they done this in the past, and when has it had impact?
Well, I mean, like, again, not a perfect example, but Vince McMahon interviewing Bruno Sammartino or even Jimmy Snuka in the empty arena.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's, yes. We're talking back in the old days when interviews went 2 minutes, even if they were in the ring. B, you've got an interviewer talking to either the two you mentioned were either one of the best interviews in the business or the biggest star in the business. But to be in a fucking NBA arena and to me, send the guy out to do it in an empty, say he had a statement he wanted to make earlier today. That sounds like we don't trust this live. We want him to go out and do it where we can pre-tape it and make sure we like it.
Britt Baker disease.
Well, and remember I said that he's very well-spoken, glib. You know, it seems like he has personality, blah, 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 when he's being himself. But when he's telling these dramatic stories, he seemed, or when he was in there with Cena, he seemed a little intimidated. But the only time that I would have a guy there live and do an in-ring promo, but not have him actually do it in front of the people, is if either it needed to air after something was going to happen and the people couldn't know about it, which this was not the case, or I wanted to make sure we had more than one shot at it if we needed it. And
So what do you think? So what do you think this was?
He delivered this well. He's well-spoken, but I thought the empty arena took the oomph out of it because there was nobody reacting to him and nobody, getting on him. And there was no room full of energy for him to take over and hold. It was just very cold and very blah, blah, blah. And it wasn't even like that, Terry Funk in an empty arena, but talking to Lance Russell where he's crazy anyway. It just, if he could do it, maybe they're giving him shit to say, I feel like. Either that, or if he's coming up with it, he's coming up with generic shit. He's not, he has a voice of his own, and he has kind of a little Southern accent. I guess he's from Atlanta, one of the little modern Southern accents. But he's not saying things that only Austin Theory would say, and nobody else in the world would say it that way, like that, use that phrase, whatever. He's just reciting some shit they've given him. And he's very well-spoken and pronounces all the words right. I want to hear what he fucking talks like.
He recited this well, and that's unfortunately what everyone there has to do is recite stuff typically, unless you get to the point where you don't have to. But like you said, you never feel like he's really feeling anything.
And that's why it's harder now for guys to get noticed and to be different, because they are given shit that other people write and expected to say it. And that was never the case in wrestling, which is why everybody sounded different. But anyway,